AOL.com. Make the Hilltop Inn of Vermont your next best destination.
And we welcome you into Andrews Hall on the campus of Norwich University for Norwich Cadets women's basketball. It's a GNAC contest tonight as the 5-7 overall and 0-2 in conference Norwich Cadets play host to the Mustangs of Mount Ida College. Mustangs have not played a conference game yet this season. They're 3-10 overall, and this is the first home game for the Cadets since December 7th. So it has been a long time on the road for Norwich. It's our first broadcast of the second semester of this women's basketball team. And also tonight we're joined by Jesse Navarro on color commentary. Jesse, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
So almost ready for the opening tip. We await the announcement of the starting lineups here. Again, this is the first conference game for Mount Ida. And looking at their schedule the rest of the way, only one more non-conference game. They will host Emerson on January 22nd, and it's conference games all the way through for the Mustangs, so they would definitely want to come in here, have a good showing in their first conference game of the year, and for Norwich University, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak and a 2-game in-conference losing streak. So, Jesse, we're talking about it before the broadcast. Something's got to give tonight. Both these teams on a losing streak.
Definitely. Both these teams are looking to get back in the right foot. Mount Ida losing 73-39 to a Division I team, but Mount Ida gets the opportunity to come here, start fresh. Even whatever happened at a conference, you know what? It's over. Here, you're 0-0 first game in a conference. You could get off to the right foot. You could turn it around in the conference and make it into the tournament. And this is the first opportunity Mount Ida has tonight.
So we wait the starting lineup announcements first for Mount Ida. And they have been led by Jen Rayfuse offensively this season. Rayfuse averaging 12.2 points a game, and she is one of the members of the starting lineup.
They're going to rely heavily on her tonight. She needs to get into battle with Aaliyah Curry, and we'll see what happens.
So Mount Ida, their first starter, she wears number 5, a 5'8 freshman guard from Marshfield, Massachusetts. That's Caitlin Jesse. We just mentioned Jen Rayfuse. She wears number 10. She's a 5'9 junior from Brockton, Mass. She earns the start at forward. Stephanie Champeau, number 24, a 5'8 freshman from Tewksbury, Mass. She earns the start at guard, as well as the senior, number 33, the 5'8 senior from New Fairfield, Connecticut. That is Abby Fettigan. Rounding out the starting lineups for Mount Ida, the 6-foot-even freshman from Taunton, Mass., number 44, Angelique Martinez. Mount Ida, coached by Leah Lipschitz. She is in her second season at the helm of the squad. Her assistants are Morgan Kendrew, Sarah Collins on the coaching staff. And now the starting 5 for the Norwich University Cadets. The similar starting 5 that we have seen all season from head coach Mark Zacher. The senior guard, co-captain, 5'4 from Williamstown, Vermont, number 11, Kristen Brown. The defending GNAC Player of the Week, 5'6 junior guard from Windsor, Mass., number 15, Aaliyah Curry. The senior from Newbury, Vermont, 5'9, number 22, Aaron Clark. And number 20, the 5'7 junior from South Yarmouth, Mass. That is Kelsey Lottie. Rounding out the starting lineup, the freshman, 6 foot even from Sanford, Maine, number 23, Heather LeBlanc. Seeing LeBlanc give a great boost both off the bench and in the starting lineup, and we'll see what she can do early on tonight.
And how about Leah Curry? Once again, player of the week. I mean, she's such a special player. All said and done, as we were talking before we got on. She has potential to break the all-time record here in North and make it to a point where it's going to be real hard for the next person with Aaliyah's type of talent to try to break it.
Exactly, and we're going to go ahead and pause for the singing of the national anthem. Another fantastic rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, as usual, by Mrs. Paula Gills, and we're ready to get underway. Head coach of Norwich University, Mark Zacher, in his 5th season, assisted by Courtney Nice in her 2nd season.
If you're Norwich, you come in this game, even though you lose by 1 point, a close point on the free throw, 1.2 seconds against Johnson Wales, you have to feel very confident. I mean, you were in it to the end, and that foul, questionable to say the least. I saw part of the game, say questionable to say the least. If it wasn't for that call, who knows what would have happened? They could have gotten the first win of the conference just a few days ago. But here's another opportunity, and you know they're going to try and get it real badly.
Cadets have been on the losing end of a couple of close games this year. They lost by 3 points at Nichols back in November, but they also defeated Colby Sawyer by 3 points in a tight game that was decided by a couple of Aaliyah Curry free throws in the final seconds. Cadets are going to go left to right across your computer screen. The home white uniforms with the maroon writing and the maroon numbers. Mount Ida, the road greens with the white writing and white numbers. It'll be LeBlanc on the tip for the Cadets, and Martinez out there on the tip for Mount Ida. We thank you for joining us once again, the Norwich Broadcast Network. The ball is tipped to Mount Ida.
Jesse.
And now going baseline, tough little floater, air ball, didn't hit any of the net. That was let go by Champeau, and we'll see the Cadets' first offensive possession. Curry tried to drive, and LeBlanc is fouled as Curry tried to drive through some contact. The deflection found LeBlanc.
Is good. They're going to have to get in the post. They're going to have to go hard in the paint and hopefully get in the free throw line. I mean, this is a pretty good free throw shooting team. Get them Mount Ida in foul trouble early.
LeBlanc on the season, 21 of 33 from the free throw. That one rattles off the backside of the rim. No good. She'll have one more. That is nothing but the bottom of the net. First points of the night for either side, and the Cadets are out to a 1-0 lead. Bringing it up court for the Mustangs. This is Jessie working on Brown. She'll toss it up top. Open look for three for a moment by Rayfuse, but she drives off glass too hard. Curry on the board. It's like she wants to bring it up herself. Curry was fouled on the drive, and we only played 38 seconds of basketball. Mount Ida has already committed 2 team fouls.
Where Norwich wants it to be. And if you're Mount Ida, you just have to calm down and relax. Those first 2 shots, questionable to say the least. They could have a better look at it. They just need to relax. Jen refused, just needs to take control, lead her team, and everything fine. It's just 9:19 to play. Anything still can happen.
Clark goes into Brown on the reset. Cadet point guard picked up her dribble, found Curry to her right. Curry into the paint. The floater's up and good.
If you're Norwich, you want Curry to get it rolling right off the bat.
Her first field goal, the first field goal of the night for either side. And you said it earlier, Jesse, the Cadets want to get the ball in the paint. Both times they've driven hard, they've been rewarded with foul calls. This is Ida with it. Abby Fedigan. Now thrown down low, tipped away, and Lottie comes up with it. Pushing it the other way, Clark picked up her dribble. Lottie's going to spot up for the tray, and it is good. And Mount Ida going to take a timeout, trailing 6-0.
You know, Norwich leading 6-0 early here. If you look at the stats, both are similar in many statistical categories, including points in the game. Norwich has a slight advantage over that. Norwich cannot sleep on Mount Ida. Because Mount Ida scores about 55 a game, Norwich about 59 a game. So Mount Ida can keep this close and can compete with Norwich. Norwich has to be on top and just don't overlook, don't overplay anything. Just play their game.
So it's a 6-0 Norwich lead. 3 different players on the score sheet for the Cadets so far. And Ida to inbound beneath their defensive basket. It will be Abby Fedigan on the inbound. Quickly into Champeau. Champeau lost the handle. Over to help her out was Rayfuse. And now the Cadets are going to get hit with a foul. It's going to be on Kristen Brown, their first.
Ida, you need to give it to Jen Rayfuse. She's your leading scorer. She needs to lead this offense, and she needs to get her touches. I'm pretty sure that was her first touch of the game so far. She needs more touches.
Jesse over forecourt, hands it off for Champeau. Now it's floated inside for Martinez. Back driving, Fedigan lost the handle. It's still loose. LeBlanc comes away with it, and she just hands it off to Brown. Another defensive stand.
Seems to having little trouble with ball control, but so is Norwich. It just as the last play. So both teams really struggling right now with ball control.
Yeah, Cadets threw that one away. They were trying to find Curry on the far sideline. Too far ahead for her, and the Mustangs will take over. We played now 2 minutes in the first half. 6-0 Norwich, and this is Champeau with it. Comes to her left for Jesse. Right back to Champeau. Floated down low for Martinez. Foul off the ball.
They call that, I believe, on number 44, I believe.
That is on Martinez. And that's already the second on Martinez. Third on the team. Already going to see Coach Lipschitz going to a bench here at the next stoppage.
Leslie Campbell is on the bench, and she's about to. So Campbell's just waiting to come in.
Illegal screen called on Norwich. That's on LeBlanc, and Leslie Campbell comes in, the 5'8 senior from Quincy, Mass. She takes the place of Martinez, but Cadets commit back-to-back fouls there, and we've already seen the teams combine for 5 fouls. We've only played 2.5 minutes of basketball.
Sloppy ball handling, sloppy ball control early here in the first quarter. It hasn't affected Norwich too much, but both teams really not good with ball control right now early in the game.
That was Rayfuse letting go with the 3. Off iron, no good. Brown on the board, and she brings it up. Curry's going to spot up for 3. That rolls around, comes back out. There for the rebound is Jesse. As both teams try to run and gun a little bit with the 3-point game. Bounce pass to Champeau. Now back over to Fedigan. Jesse, and now near side. That was Campbell. Now driving Jesse. Double team. Still got the shot up. Off glass, off iron, no good. Curry got a hand to the rebound, and Clark swallowed it up. Long up court pass. Lottie. Open look at the hoop. She couldn't get the layup to go, and that ball bounces out of bounds. It'll go back to Mount Ida. Like Lottie was almost expecting contact there when she went up.
Mount Ida here, Caitlin Jesse has past few possessions. She has gotten better looks. She just haven't been able to convert it in. But Mount Ida is getting better looks. They are getting in the paint. Eventually, those shots will fall for them.
This is Fedigan on the wing. Quick head fake from Campbell. She'll float it back over, nearly over through Fedigan. She collects it. Rayfuse holds. Head fake, puts the ball on the floor. Picked up her dribble. Was double teamed, just kind of threw it into space. And Ida fortunate that Fedigan was able to get a piece of it. That ball's loose now. LeBlanc goes to the court. She comes up with it. And here comes Norwich the other way. This is Curry. Bounce pass to Brown. Brown wants to go baseline. Now pulls it back. She comes up a little bit lame at the end of the play. And LeBlanc lays it in.
Curry, she's just so good. Even if she's not shooting the ball, she just makes everybody around the team much better. And she really dictates this offense. Mount Ida, they're going to have to do something to stop Curry. They're going to have to make someone at Norwich step up if they want to win this.
Floater in the lane, no good, but Curry's going to get hit for a foul on the shot off the rebound as Jesse put up the initial shot. And Curry picks up her first, team's third. Going to the line for 2 will be Leslie Campbell. And taking a look at the Mustangs' foul shooting numbers this season as a team is 62.2%. Shot is up and in.
Mount Ida, just only 2 shots in this game so far, both misses. This is not the way you plan Mount Ida plan on starting this.
Yeah, the Mustangs shooting pretty poorly from the floor to start things off. They've just got their first point, though, and now they get the second as that shot rattles in. Brown brings it up court for Norwich. Lottie, she's going to spot up for 3. That's back iron, no good. Katrina Laidlaw, fresh into the game for Norwich with the rebound. Shot put up, no good by Clark. And the Mustangs come away with it. Also into the game for Mount Ida, freshman Brittany Crosby from Riverside, Rhode Island. She wears number 32. She's making a baseline run right now out to the near side wing, but Jessie elects to go to her right instead. Now they go down low. Rayfuse shot up, no good. In there hard on the board is Fettigan, and a jump ball as Fettigan and Clark battle for it. It will go to Norwich on the possession arrow. So Laidlaw came in for LeBlanc, and Crosby came in for Champeau on that last stoppage. Laidlaw to Curry near side. Aaliyah Curry, Brown, pull up 2, short off the front of the rim. Clark got a hand to it. Couldn't keep it in play. It'll go back to the Mustangs. Played now 5 minutes and 11 seconds, and that's on top by 6.
If you're Norwich right now, you continue wanting to score. The last 3 games, what has these teams have come? Mount Ida, when they have allowed 70 or more points, they have lost all 3 games. And if you're Norwich, you want this a high-scoring game because you know Mount Ida has been struggling terribly with the shooting and with the offense. If you're Mount Ida, I feel like the only way you're going to win it is to make this a low-scoring affair. In Norwich, they have struggled with low-scoring affairs throughout the season, being inconsistent. So if you're Mount Ida, you want to step up with your defense, and you hope you make some of your shots in and keep this low as possible.
Laidlaw was there on the rebound off the shot taken by Rayfuse. Laidlaw picked up the blocking foul on the previous play, so now the Cadets with 14 fouls. Brown gets it from Lottie, goes over to Curry. Aaliyah driving, back to Clark, baseline 2, off iron, no good. Laidlaw there on the board, gets away from the double team, dishes it to Clark, and she lays it home. Erin Clark gets her name into the scorebook. And the Cadets have their largest lead of the game at 10-2. Driving, Jesse, baseline, lost the handle, and it'll go to Norwich.
And I'm trying to understand why Jesse has been controlling most of this possession. With Jan Refuse being the best player, I would think you want her to have some touches in the ball, but she's rarely had any touches in the ball so far in this game.
Champeau re-enters the game for Mount Ida, as well as number 31, Marissa Dwyer, 5'4 freshman from Quincy, Mass. Back into the game for Norwich is LeBlanc, and also in for their first action tonight, the senior guard from Lexington Park, Maryland, listed at 5'3", number 5, Tylita Butler. She has the ball right now, comes over to Lottie. Also into the game for Norwich, 6'0 junior guard forward from Barnstable, Mass, number 33, Tori Kethra. Curry driving, finds space, through the contact, got the layup to go, and the foul for Curry.
She is so skilled. So skilled. She made that look like ease, like it was just another day of practice.
So Curry, a chance to extend the Cadet lead with 1 free throw here. And she does just that, getting the friendly bounce off the front of the iron. Jesse brings it up court, calling out a play. Battle of fives as Jesse and Butler working on each other. Near side, Dwyer. Up top, this is Campbell. Over now for Champeau. This is Rayfuse driving on LeBlanc. Now Champeau, baseline, put it up, well short. Curry there on the board. Curry run it all the way up court. Bounce past LeBlanc. Nice move. Layup for 2. 15-2 Norwich. So we've seen Curry do it with her offensive skills there at the hoop that time. The bounce pass. Jesse, baseline 2. That's good. Nothing but net. Mustangs stop the Cadet run.
First field goal of the game. One for 9. Jesse's doing anything right she can to help Mount Ida, but Jen needs to help her out, and the rest of the Mount Ida team needs to step up, or else this is going to be over quick.
Butler threw it inside to LeBlanc. She turns away, finds a wide open Lottie for 2. No good. Kethro unguarded on the rebound, and that's good for 2.
There was miscommunication in the Mount Ida team. Catherine just left wide open with no one defending her.
So Kethro, her first points of the night. Cadets getting everybody involved in the scoring, and a 17-4 lead with 12 minutes left to play in the first. Rayfuse to her right. This is Campbell. Now corner Champeau, head fake, dribble drive. Ball came loose. And there's going to be a push foul called on Jesse. That's her second, team's 5th, and the Cadets will inbound with Kethro. Coming back into the game for Mount Ida, or checking in for the first time tonight, actually, 5'3" senior guard from Weymouth, Mass., number 3, Amanda Hill. And back into the game, Fettigan for the Mustangs. Butler goes down to Lottie. The officials say it went off of Lottie, but
Kind of looked like Mount Ida number 24 had touched the last, but referee sees it differently.
like a hit off her leg when Lottie lost the handle. 17-4, 11 and a half to go now as the battle of the fives continues. Jesse working on Butler. Shampoo in the corner, now trying to dribble out of the corner. Back for Jesse, footed down low. LeBlanc swatted away. Butler comes away with a loose ball. Floats it down low. Nice look to LeBlanc. She'll turn around, throw it to space. Lottie, Curry, nice cut into the paint. Shot's good in the foul. Aaliyah Curry doing it all. And Mount Ida is going to take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here during the timeout. So it's 19-4 in Norwich and 11:08 left to go in the first.
Norwich, this is what you want. Look at 15-point lead. You're extending Mount Ida. Still hasn't been able to find their shooting. Jesse's been struggling for Mount Ida. Jen, she's been non-existent. Both players that Mount Ida needs to step up are being shut down right now. If you're Mount Ida, what do? Your two best players. Norwich are containing them right now.
You got to try to draw something up, maybe some screens to free them up, some more movement off the ball, but you're right, Jesse. Mount Ida really going to make some adjustments. They're going to make them fast before this game really gets away from them. Cadets already with that 15-point lead and just 11:08 to go in the first half. Again, we have the men's contest coming up following this game. It's Mount Ida against Norwich on the men's side. We hope you'll stick around for that game as well. As Curry at the line, 4-1. Taking a look at the teams coming out of the huddle. No substitutions for Mount Ida. Cadets did make one sub as Lottie comes to the bench. Curry connects on the free throw. Into the game for Norwich, 5'7" freshman guard from right here in Northfield, Vermont, number 14, Megan McMullen. Curry stole it away on the inbounds. Aaliyah Curry. Bounce pass to Butler, calls out a play, over to McMullen. McMullen driving, tough shot in the lane, off iron, no good. LeBlanc on the board, and she's fouling the shot.
Rebounds, and Mount Ida just getting out rebounded, and it's showing it on the stats, and it's also showing it on the scoreboard right now.
Rayfuse will come back in from Mount Ida after the first free throw attempted by LeBlanc here, as you look out on the floor, and the Mustangs don't have a whole lot of size out there right now.
They really don't. They're going small right now with Martinez already about to trouble this early. Mount Ida really has no choice right now but to go small. I feel Martinez, though, should be back out soon before this game gets out of hand.
That was the second foul on Fettigan. And
I think we got another foul.
Yeah, no, it's a lane violation on Hill. LeBlanc missed the free throw, but she'll get another chance. She gets the roll on that free throw. 22-4. Cadets continue to extend the lead, and nearly stepping in bounds when she passed it was Rayfuse, but she's able to get it over to Jesse, who hands it off to Amanda Hill. Hill brings it up court, crossover dribble, really lost the handle. Curry, defensive pressure on her. Rifles it over to Shampoo, working on Butler. Shampoo, baseline, blocked by Tethrow. And Butler comes away with it. Tylita Butler to her right. McMullen spots up for the two. Spins out. No good. But there's the size advantage again as LeBlanc got the board. And Kethrow's going to get hit for the over the back here. First on her. Fifth on the team. Now, Ida already with 7 fouls. So Cadets are shooting free throws the rest of the way here in the first half.
Not a good sign for Mount Ida right now. Really not good. Nothing's going their way right now. They're looking to find any advantage they have.
And we get a
Travel?
whistle on the court. Back into the game for Norwich, Kristen Brown and Kelsey Lottie, and also into the game 6'3" sophomore from Chelmsford, Mass, number 34, Donovan Driscoll. Butler, Kethrow, and Curry taking a breather on the cadet bench. This is Lottie holding on the wing, over to LeBlanc, floats it down low, nice pass to Driscoll, spin move, the lay-in, she gets 2. And the cadet bench erupts.
I think if you're Mount Ida, you need to call a timeout. Mount Ida is really struggling. Jesse and Jen are just non-existent right now.
Lottie the steal on the far side, that ball is loose. Mustangs keep it.
Even though they keep it, that defines the whole game so far. Ball control issues for Mount Ida right now. They're careless with the ball, and it's really causing them to have 50-50 battles with Norwich, which Norwich are winning right now.
Campbell laid it in for 2. Down low, Driscoll, another shot. She gets it. By the way, her last basket was her first field goal attempt of the year. She's already up to 4 points now on back-to-back baskets. This is Amanda Hill, turning away from Lottie. Hill picked up her dribble, gonna need some help. Goes to her left for Rayfuse, and Rayfuse nearly lost the handle. Rayfuse picked up her dribble, finds Campbell. 9 on the shot clock. Shot put up, off iron, no good. Lottie on the board as Jesse couldn't get it to go. Now McMullen works through some body contact. Down to LeBlanc, swatted away from behind by Campbell. But it hit off Campbell last, and it'll stay with Norwich. Back into the game.
It's Martinez with that size. They really need that size right now for them 50-50 rebound battles. Well, hopefully she can stay out of foul trouble and can prevent from getting her 3rd foul of the game with 8:45 left to go.
Champeau and Hill come to the bench as Martinez is back in, as well as Fettigan. Driscoll lost it in her feet, but came up with it, threw it back, and it went right through both of her teammates, Brown and Lottie. And it still seems like Brown is just limping a bit out there.
Sure does. But look at the last possession. Martinez just subbed in, and how different the defense was with that size presence right there. It made it real hard for Norwich to get off a shot right there.
Driscoll comes out of the game, and Aaron Clark checks back in for Norwich. Driscoll leaves with 4 points off the bench. Down low, Martinez triple teamed and still came up with the ball as it was nearly a jump ball. Rayfuse going to pop the tray. That's no good. Jesse on the board, stepped on the baseline. Another turnover for the Mustangs. That is number 10 on the game. And Cadets with it. McMullen, head fake, nice bounce pass down low. Clark spin move, finds an open LeBlanc.
Ooh, nice.
Just that easy. Great ball movement from Norwich. 28-6. And Jesse. Crossover dribble, nearly stolen by Lottie on an attempted pass, and now we're getting a foul called on Norwich. It's going to be on Lottie after the near steal. That's just her first. It is the 6th in the Cadets, so we have seen lots and lots of fouls combined. Martinez turned around. She was double teamed, found Rayfuse. Her tough shot rolls around, comes out. LeBlanc there on the glass.
If you're Jen Rayfuse right now, how frustrated must you be right now? You're trying to find any decent looks you have, just haven't gone in.
Lottie goes cross court to Brown. She goes bounce past LeBlanc. Clark double dribbled, I think, or she traveled with it. I think she wanted to pass it and then realized how open she was. Call for the infraction, and Jesse over the timeline.
Mount Ida just 14% right now. It's not looking good, Tanner. Not looking good as we reach near halftime.
Martinez spin move. LeBlanc went down. No call. She couldn't get the shot to fall. Brown brings it up court. To her right, McMullen. McMullen driving out to Lottie. She'll spot up. It's a long two. It's short. Clark on the rebound over to LeBlanc. That one just came out. And we get a foul call. I think this will be on McMullen. Actually, it is on LeBlanc. That'll be her second. And entering the game for Norwich, 6'1" sophomore from North Ferrisburg, Vermont, number 4, Hannah Curler. Curler missed much of the season, the first half of the season, with an injury. So we get our first look here on the Norwich Broadcast Network at Hannah Curler this season, just as we saw our first look at Donovan Driscoll earlier. Brown to her right, McMullen, down low, Clark. Lottie, long two. That one's good. Nothing but net for Kelsey Lottie, and it's 30-6. 6:17 left in our first half. Jesse drives, now pulls it back. Top of the key, Rayfuse, quick release, back rim, no good. Ball is batted around, and I think that hit Curler last. Out of bounds, and it'll go to Mount Ida as Aaliyah Curry checks back in for McMullen. Inbounded to Fedigan, into the paint, head fake, gets the roll. $30-8. Down low, Clark got it off a double deflection, threw the shot way up. Couldn't get it to fall, but she was fouled, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. Clark 7 for 11 on the season from the charity stripe. First free throw, nothing but the bottom of the net. As is her second. Inbounded up to Jesse. Behind the back dribble. Nearly lost the handle on that dribble, but now she goes to her left for Fedigan. Fedigan spinning away from Lottie. Up top, Rayfuse thought about the tray. Now goes to Campbell instead. Cross court for Jesse. Head fake. Back to Rayfuse. Rifles it down low to Martinez. Turn around. Got the shot up. No good, but she was fouled at this end. And it's on Curler. That'll be her first.
Here's the opportunity for Mount Ida to get some momentum going right now. That's 6 with 5:21 left. Let's see if she can make it in. I think if you're Mount Ida right now, you need Jen to have more possession of the ball. Jesse's obviously struggling, and she's being guarded very well with. She really has to make hesitation goal at the last minute, which has caused some turnovers, which Norwich has taken advantage of.
Martinez connects on both of her free throws. And Mount Ida has hit double digits, and they trail 32-10 now. Lottie, wide open, look for 3, and it's good. Can't get much more open than that. $35-10, and this is Champeau. Up top, Rayfuse. Tried to rifle it down low, too high for Campbell. Cadets will take over on another Mustang turnover. Kristen Brown, bounce pass to Curry. Lottie, 2, nothing but net. 5 consecutive points for Kelsey Lottie. Cadets continue to extend their lead. Champeau nearly sealed herself off at the far sideline. Inside, Martinez, right back to Rayfuse. The three, short off the front of the rim. Curler there on the rebound. Hands it off to Brown. Kristen Brown to Lottie. Cross court, Curry. Head fake, drive, pull up. Nothing but the bottom of the cylinder for Aaliyah Curry. Near side, Campbell. Shampoo, bounce past Martinez, spin move off the glass, too strong. Ball's loose down there, and getting fouled on the putback was Fettigan. It's going to be on Clark. And with 3:30 left in the first half, Abby Fettigan will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Free throw up and good. Back into the game for Norwich, Katrina Laidlaw, the 6'2 junior from Dunblane, Scotland, number 55, and in for her first action tonight, the freshman, 5'10 from Fairleigh, Vermont, number 25, Lacey Stever. And second free throw, good. So Stever in for Curler and Laidlaw in for Clark for Norwich. Curry freed herself up for a baseline attempt. Think she was trying to go with a cross-court pass. Jump ball is called. It'll stay with Mount Ida, as Shampoo had come away with the ball anyway. Gets it into Fettigan, who will bring it up. Fettigan in for Caitlin Jesse. Now Shampoo. Top of the key, Rayfuse. Campbell. Fettigan. Turning away from pressure from Stever. Inside to Martinez. Over Laidlaw. Spins around. Comes out. And foul. Foul is called on Clark. Campbell will be at the line. Lots of confusion on the court here as Coach Lipschitz for Mount Ida was asking for an explanation. Campbell gets the friendly bounce on her first free throw. LeBlanc checks in for Clark for Norwich.
If there's one good positive about Mount Ida right now is they're making their free throws right now, and most of their points have been from the charity strike so far up to this point in the game.
They're now 7 of 9 after that miss, but they're previously 7 of 8, 7 of their 13 points. Brown up court one more time, 2:45 left in our first half, and she gets it off to Lacey Stever. Stever, she's going to pull up. That one is well short, and the Mustangs will let that fall out of bounds. Stever getting a little bit of a pep talk from a couple of her teammates, Brown and LeBlanc, as Fettigan brings it up. And an armbar called on Stever, and I think she's going to come out of the game here. Actually, that's the 10th foul on the Cadets, so it's the double bonus, so she'll come out after this first free throw attempt by Fettigan. How strange is this, Jesse? We talked earlier that Mount Ida had picked up so many team fouls, but the Cadets have now been in foul trouble. They've committed 2 more than the Mustangs. Fettigan connects on her first free throw.
You're exactly right, Tanner. And Mount Ida, for the most part, has been taking advantage of it, but their field goal shooting so far, not the best.
And second free throw good as well for the 5'8 senior from New Fairfield, Connecticut.
Those are unusual free throws I've seen from her, pulling the ball out and pull it back in. I've never seen that, but it's working for her.
Curry, bounce pass to LeBlanc. She thought about the long two. Dished it to Lottie instead. Bounce feed for Laidlaw. Holding. Brown off the screen. The pull-up tray. No good. Martinez for the rebound. 2:05 left. Here come the Mustangs once more. Trying to cut deeper into the Cadet lead. Champeau, pull-up jumper. Side rim, no good. LeBlanc there for another rebound. Curry pushing it up court, up the near sideline. Aaliyah Curry behind the back dribble. To the paint. Tried to hand it off to Laidlaw. Martinez gets a hand in the passing lane and takes it away. Dished it over to Fedigan. Fedigan, bounce pass, refuse. Head fake left, goes right to Champeau. Minute and a half to go. Inside Martinez, offensive foul. I see decked Lottie.
That's her third. It'll be interesting to see if they pull her out, but it looks like they're not going to pull her out. Yes, she is. She's going to be pulled out for the rest of this half.
So Brittany Crosby checks back in for Ida. You mentioned, Jesse, the different look that Ida's defense had with Martinez in there. Now they go back to kind of a smaller set as Clark checks back into the game for Norwich for LeBlanc. Cross court pass Lottie. Long two. Off glass, off iron. No good. And a foul called on Norwich. And it's on Laidlaw.
Well, Martinez presented that physical presence on the boards for Mount Ida, but with her in the bench, there's really no one on Mount Ida. I don't feel like that's physical enough to deal with Katrina, and Katrina is gonna try to take full advantage of this.
Second foul on Laidlaw, and again, double bonus time for the Mustangs. It brings Rayfuse to the line. Her first free throw's up and good.
I feel like these are very important free throws for Jan Rayfuse. She hasn't been able to get anything going, but if she makes this two and maybe gets one more shot in before the end of the half, she could get some little momentum rolling going for the second half, which Mount Ida desperately needs from her.
Second free throw is good as well, and you said it best, Jesse. They've been hitting their free throws now 11 of 13. As Brown to Curry on the right side, swatted away, loose ball. Curry gets it back. Lottie spots up for three. Off iron, no good. Rebound tip. Lottie got it back, and she's called for a travel.
I don't know about that call, Tanner. I don't think she really had full possession of it as she was trying to get the rebound. She slipped, and I think she was trying to get it to one of her teammates, but the referee saw something different.
So it's back to the Mustangs. Lottie picked hard by Rayfuse. She opened herself up for the shot, and she buried it. It cut it to a 20-point deficit.
Look at Rayfuse, the change of her attitude right now. She feels she's starting to get that confidence rolling, and this is what Mount Ida desperately needs from her right now.
Down to Driscoll from Curry. That just spun out of the cylinder. Jump ball. It's going to stay with Norwich.
You know, this goes with Norwich. Jan Rayfuse. She's starting to get that confidence right now, right before halftime. And if she could get this rolling in early in the second half, Mount Ida still could cut this deficit and possibly make this a game.
Lottie, bounce pass Clark. Wide open, look for two. That spun out, no good. Driscoll had the rebound, bounce off her fingertips. 16 seconds left, and Jesse, we'll see if the Mustangs hold for a last shot. Nearly taken away by Driscoll on a pass for Rayfuse. Baseline drive, Crosby. Shot up, no good. Got her on rebound. Clark swatted away. 4 seconds to go. Brown up court. 2 seconds to go. Bounce pass to Curry. The layup is no good. Lots of contact. Curry not happy with herself, but she couldn't get the layup to go, and she went down. But the Cadets lead by 20 points, 39-19 at the end of our first half. We're going to go ahead and step away for the next 14 minutes. When we come back, it'll be time for second half action next on the Norwich Broadcast Network.
The Hilltop.